Most men think compliments are safe territory. You're beautiful. You've got great eyes. I love your smile. But here's the truth. Those words, they slide right off her like water off a duck's back. Because the more a woman hears something, the less she feels it. What if I told you that the most powerful compliments, the ones that haunt her mind, that pull her towards you like gravity, aren't the ones men usually say? They're bold, unfiltered, and yes, forbidden. Today, we're breaking down the top 3 compliments that make women crave you. Not because you flatter their ego, but because you speak directly to something deeper, their instinct. Let's begin. 1. I don't know if you're trouble or exactly what I need. This compliment walks a razor's edge between flirting with danger and welcoming chaos. It's a paradox, and paradoxes, when delivered with composure, are wildly seductive. Psychological trigger. Here, you're doing what most men are afraid to do. You're admitting risk and embracing it. By saying, I don't know if you're trouble or exactly what I need, you're acknowledging that she's intense, unpredictable, maybe even dangerous emotionally, but you're still drawn in. This taps into the feminine archetype of the storm, the musu, the wild flame, the seductress. Deep down, many women want to know that a man can withstand her emotional weather, that he won't fold when things get intense. You're not running from her fire, you're walking into it. This communicates an immense internal strength. You're not afraid of being shaken. You're curious to see how deep the impact might go. Emotional suggestion. The brilliance of this line lies in its non-resolution. It doesn't label her. It doesn't accuse. It doesn't praise blindly. It holds tension, and tension, psychologically speaking, creates desire. You're not giving her a verdict. You're giving her a question that lives in your presence. She becomes both the problem and the solution. And this duality thrills her nervous system. This line should be said with a smile in your eyes, but steadiness in your tone. No smirk, no wink, just calm, amused honesty, like you're intrigued by your own reaction to her. She won't forget that. It burns slowly. Stoic insight. He who is brave is free. Seneca. A Stoic man is not rigid. He doesn't avoid risk. He simply does not let fear dictate his actions. This compliment embodies that exact principle. You see the potential for K and you step forward anyway. You're not obsessed with control. You're grounded enough to invite the unknown. And that's what separates you from other men. You aren't looking for safety. You're looking for truth. Even if it shakes your world. That is masculine stoicism in practice. 2. There's something about you I can't quite explain. At first glance, this line might sound vague, but therein lies its genius. You're not stating a fact. You're revealing a mystery, and more importantly, you're confessing emotional vulnerability without emotional chaos. It's a Stoic's version of a compliment, restrained, observant, yet subtly impactful. Psychological trigger. Women are inundated with direct compliments all the time. You're hot. You look amazing. I love your dress. These are transactional. They acknowledge surface-level traits, which any man with eyes can see. But this line, there's something about you I can't quite explain. It signals that your interest is rooted in something beyond the obvious. You're suggesting that she affects you in a way that transcends rationality. This isn't about looks or style. It's about energy. Psychologically, this plays on the need to feel unique and significant. A woman wants to feel like she's not just another attractive face. She wants to feel one of a kind. By telling her that she evokes something in you that even you can't describe, you're planting the idea that she is unlike anyone else you've encountered. This activates the Zeigarnik effect, a cognitive bias where people remember incomplete or unresolved situations more vividly. By not giving her an answer, you let the question linger in her mind, haunting her subtly. What does he see in me? What does he feel but can't say? Emotional suggestion. This line is a mirror, not a spotlight. You're reflecting back a sense of mystery and letting her fill in the blanks. That's where seduction lives, in the space between what's said and what's felt. Use a slightly slower pace and a knowing tone when delivering it. Your eyes should communicate curiosity, not flattery. This is about depth, not desire. Stoic insight. The soul becomes dyed with the color of its thoughts. Marcus Aurelius. To be aware of your thoughts, your sensations, your reactions, without the need to define or resolve them, is a Stoic art. By admitting that she moves you in ways you can't articulate, you're embracing uncertainty without weakness. You observe. You don't cling. This line positions you not as a man trying to win her, but as a man who is simply noticing her impact with integrity. That's rare, and that's irresistible. 3, I feel like you have a side almost no one has seen. This is not just a compliment. It's an invitation to vulnerability, cloaked in quiet masculinity. Unlike compliments that highlight physical beauty or charisma, this one dives under the surface, seeking not to impress, but to understand. Psychological trigger. Every woman, especially confident, high-value women, wears social masks. She's the flirt, the good girl, the alpha, the mystery. But beneath those masks is a side she protects fiercely, a side that is more sensitive, deeper, messier, more real, by saying, I feel like you have a side almost no one has seen. You're not exposing her. You're recognizing that she has layers. And in that recognition, you are offering emotional safety. This lights up a woman's deepest longing, not just to be desired, but to be known. And not in a surface way, but in a soul-connected, intuition-driven way. She feels like you're reading between her lines, like you can see the version of her she hides from the world. That's rare. That's intoxicating. Emotional suggestion. This phrase subtly says, I accept all of you, even the parts you hide. It tells her that she's safe being her entire self with you, not just her curated version. In the delivery, tone matters. Speak with soft certainty, no bravado, no analysis. You're not diagnosing her, you're simply observing something few others have noticed. And if she opens up afterward, even just a little, you don't analyze or fix. You listen, nod, and stay still. That calm presence deepens her trust. She'll want to reveal more just to see if you'll still stay. Stoic insight. We suffer more in imagination than in reality. Seneca. This Stoic idea ties perfectly here. Most people suffer because they imagine they'll be rejected for who they are underneath. When you show her that you see that unseen side and don't flinch, you're giving her the Stoic gift of freedom from that imagined rejection. You become the man who sees clearly, feels deeply, and remains unmoved by fear or ego. That kind of man doesn't need to chase women. Women chase him for the chance to be truly seen. Conclude. Here's the truth. Anyone can say what she's heard 1,000 times, but few men have the courage to say what she's never heard, but secretly longs for. Because the most powerful compliments aren't about her looks. They're about her essence. They don't flatter. They penetrate. They don't just make her feel good. They make her feel seen, felt, and desired. There's something about you I can't explain. I feel like you have a side almost no one has seen. I don't know if you are trouble or exactly what I need. These aren't just compliments, they're emotional fingerprints. They linger, they echo, and long after the conversation ends, she'll remember the way you made her feel. Not admired, not worshipped, but understood. That is rare, and rare is irresistible. If this video stirred something in you, drop a comment below and share which line you would use first. And remember, the Stoic man doesn't seek approval. He speaks the truth and lets the silence do the rest. Until next time, stay grounded, stay bold, stay stoic.